Okay, for this exercise, which is exercise number 8, is part of section 4 on the MOS 200 Excel certification exam. And section 4 is performing operations by using formulas and functions. And today we're going to be talking about text functions. So make sure you have downloaded the file S8 text functions to be able to follow along before starting this exercise. And as you can see here, we have a list of names, our friends, our first name, last name, and they're spelled, either lowercase or uppercase. And one of the great functions of Excel is it can change these and help these out with us. So one of those is called the proper function. And the proper function actually makes it to where the first letter is capitalized and everything else is lowercase. And so as you can see across row number 3, we're going to do these. And those are actually the names of the functions. But you may get a question on your exam that says something like this. The first letter of the first name listed in column A, please use a function that capitalizes that first letter of the first name listed in column A. So we're going to do that. So here in column C, we're going to start here in C5. We're going to leave these row 4 open, but we're going to start here in C5. And we're going to show you a couple of different ways to do this. And so we're going to capitalize the first letter, and that is called the proper function. So it's actually equal proper. And when I start spelling a function out, I always like coming and double clicking and bringing in the function. And when it does that, it tells us what the function and what it's looking for. So it shows here it's the proper function and we're looking for text. And so all we have to do is point to the text, in this case A5. And we could either close the parentheses now or just hit enter. And you see that Johnny is now capitalized. Now there's two things that we can do here. We can copy down, and there's two ways to copy down. We can grab this little right corner square box, which is one of our best friends in Excel. Is this little box, and you can see as I put my cursor over it, it changes, and I can double click and it will copy down. So that's one of the great things about Excel is we can just copy that function now. Now in proper 2, here we're going to show you this again. We're going to use the function, but now we're going to use it on the last names. So we did it on the first name where everything was lowercase. What about if things are uppercase or things like that? We can still use that function. So equal proper. And my text this time is B5. And I'm just going to hit enter. And we can see that Andreas is the last name. And again, I can copy it down by dragging it. Okay. Or I can copy it down by double clicking on that text. And now we see that Washington is a little bit over onto the right of the column there in column D. So we can adjust our width, which we've done several times, so we should get used to it. Double click, and we've adjusted our width. Okay, so we've completed, step 1 of what we're going to do, which is the proper function. Now we'll move on to step 2, which is capitalizing all the letters. So maybe we're upset at our friends. Maybe we're upset at Johnny and Paul and Bill and Martha and Jane and Ton and Celeste. And we're just going to yell at them, And so we know in text that all capitalization is yelling. Or maybe they're running somewhere and you see an alligator there and you're in Florida and you want to stop them all. So you got to yell at them. So we're going to do uppercase in this case. And it's, again, just like we've done, it's real simple. It's equal upper. And again, I always come and grab it. And it's asking for our text. In this case, we're going to go to A5 again and enter. And now we can see that it is all capitalized. And again, copy down. We can either drag it down or we can, like we just shown before, double click this little box there and it drags and it copies down. And I'm going to show you in a minute a situation where we can't double click it. Okay. And now we're going to do lower. So maybe we want everything lowercase. And there, maybe we're typing really fast, and like I do sometimes, where I'll capitalize a letter when I'm going through. I'm like, crap, and I don't want to go back and respell it. we can just click equal lower. And this time we're going to do the last name, B5, and it will ask you on your exam, it'll say something to the fact, use the function for the last name to create everything in lowercase, and that's just called lower. And here we can copy down by double clicking. Now, one of the things I really like in Excel is the ability to join text. So in this case, we have all of our friends, let's say that we're all going to school together, and we want, their first and last name on something. So we have their last name, we have their first name, we want to join that text. And that is something called concatenate. Now, in old versions of Excel, they actually had a function called concatenate, which was the entire thing spelled out. But now they've actually brought it in a shorter called concat, and they want you to use concat, okay, in this case. And the concat is joining cells. And I'm going to show you 3 different ways that we're going to do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in the first name and the last name. In this case, I'm going to use column C and D because I have that capitalized and that capitalized. So equals concat. Now, I'm going to double click on that, and it's going to ask me for my text, but I'm going to show you something else here. Up here on our function and formula bar, we see this FX, and that's insert function. Sometimes when you're doing this, it might be easier to do the insert function. Me, I'm used to doing it so much, I don't use the insert function text, I just write it out. But we're going to click insert function, and so now it's asking us for this. Okay, it knows we got concat there, and it's asking what our text is. Okay, so in this case, our text is, text 1 is we're going to point to Johnny in C5. Okay, the next is we want to add a space, because if not, it's just going to bring those two together, first name, last name, without a space. And so to add a space, we have to tell Excel that we want a space. And when we add text, and we want it to stay as text in a function or formula, we have to add quotes around that text. So notice that here in text 1, C5 to the right, it says equals Johnny in quotes. So it's going to bring over Johnny. Here we want to add text, and the text we want to add is just a space between the last name and first names, but we have to do that in quotes. So quote, space, close quote. And now you can see to the right that we just have this quote, space, and quote. So when Excel brings these together, they leave out the quotes. So we're going to get Johnny, space, and then text number 3. We'll click on this, and we're going to point to cell D5, which is the last name, Andreas. And it tells us that we could bring in a text 4 and 5. We don't need to do that. It's just saying that's available. So here we have text 1 as C5, text 2 as quote, space, click the space bar, close that quote, and text D5. We can add anything we want here. So I'll just show you an example. Space, add anything we want, close quote. Well, I'll space it, then close quote. And you can see that if I click OK now, we have Johnny, add anything we want, Andreas. So maybe that's his nickname, add anything we want. So let me go back to this, and I'll bring up the function bar, and we'll take out, in this case, add anything we want. We just want the quote, space, quote. So we have the C5, quote, space, quote, D5, click OK, and we have Johnny Andreas. And again, we can copy down. We can just drag it down, and it copies the formula. Okay. Now, we're going to do concatenate with an email. Maybe, they're coming to school with you, and the company has, an automatic email address. And in this case, we're going to do something like, in adding the email address, we're going to add it in a way that we're assigning the email address. And so we're going to join the first name with the text at mycollege.edu to assign them an email address. So we're going to do equals concat. Now we saw that how I did it using the function bar. In this case, we're just going to use it as write out the text in the text string in the box. So it's asking us, what is our text one? Our text one is Johnny, comma, and in this case, we don't want to add a space. We're going to do quote, the @ symbol, mycollege.edu, which is our email address, close quote. And so this time we didn't add a space because we want it to be an email address. And it's not going to bring in the quotes like we talked about before. And click enter. And now we have johnny@mycollege.edu. And again, we can copy that down. Now we're going to go over and add one other. So we have our first name. We have our email address based on our first name. But a lot of times, scroll over here to the right in M, was when we do a lot of things, it's last name, comma, first name. So we're going to do another concatenate, and this time we're going to add a comma and a space. So equals concat. And if you want to use the function bar, I'll go ahead and do that. So our text number one is we want to bring in our last name, then first name. So last name, D5. Our text number two is quote, comma, because we want a comma at the end of the last name, and then a space before the first name, close quote. So we're adding the text, comma, space, and then text two is our first name, which is C5. Okay, and we don't need to fill anything on text number 4, and click OK. And now we see that we have last name, first name. Now look what happens when I come here to the right and I try to double click. So the reason why it won't fill down is Excel doesn't know what to fill down. So this is a structured range. We talked about tables and ranges last time. This is a structured range. And right here I can fill down because it's building out the structure. So it sees that there's information to the left. And so it's just going to copy down to the amount there's information. Now, because we have a blank column here in L, it doesn't know how far to copy down because there's no information here to the left. So in this case, we would just have to drag it down. So that's the difference between double clicking and having to drag. And now we have our last name, comma, space, first name, which is very typical of what we would see before first name, last name. We have three other functions that we're going to do here. We're going to do a right function, a left function, and trim. Now what the right function is it looks at all the text to the far right and then goes backwards from the far right. So for example, on your quiz or test, it may say something like, bring over the text. If we only want part of it, bring over the last 3 letters of the last name from the last name column. So we can't use column D. We can't use column F that has a last name. It's going to ask something like, bring the last 3 letters or bring the last 3 letters of the last name from the last name column. So it's going to be specific on your exam. So in this case, we'd have to go to column B. And we want the last 3 letters, which is DIS, from the far right. So our function, because this is all to the right, our function is equal right. And there's a lot of things that we can do with this function. And it's going to point to the text. It's going to ask for the text. Is one of the things I like about Excel is this ask is telling you right here, what do you need? So we did the right function. Now it's asking for our text. Our text is right here in B5, comma, and how many characters do we want to bring over? So when you're working on your exam and you start typing in the function, you then click on it and it tells you what you need. And the question is the last 3. And click enter. And we see that DIS is the last 3 and we can copy down. And so we have the last 3 of each of these. And now you'll get a question like, bring over the first 2 letters of the first name from the first names column. So this is a left function. The reason why we're using the left function there, even though we're going to the right, is we're starting at the far left, or where we want the left function to be. So it's equal left. My text in this case is A5 because we're asking for the first name and the first 2 letters. And depending upon what you need it for, you can insert any of those. And so we have Joe there, and we can copy down in here. And now we're going to use a function called trim. We're going to use it very simply here. It's actually a very powerful function. So for example, let's say I'm bringing over a bunch of text, or I have a full address and I'm dividing street from city, from state, and zip. And like over here, we've been adding some spaces, and maybe we added too many or something like that. The trim function actually helps get rid of those extra spaces. So what we're going to do right now is you'll get a question that will say something, use the trim function, to remove extra spacing, or use a function, it may not tell you trim, to remove extra spacing. So you see down here in C13, we have this, don't forget to save, then upload the completed file for credit. And we can see there's a bunch of spaces in there. And so we were just typing really fast, may have done it incorrectly. So I'm going to come down here to K13. That's where I want you to go. Is equals, and we're going to use the trim function. And notice it says it removes all spacings from a string of text except for single spaces. Okay, so we're going to do trim, and it's asking for our text. And we're going to use C13. That's our text. And we're just going to hit enter. You can close it and then hit enter, but just hit enter. And notice now it says, don't forget to save, then upload the completed file for credit, all on a single line, okay, without extra spacing. So this is what we're doing right now. We just did a little review of text functions in Excel. You're most likely going to have a concatenate, probably a proper upper lower on there. You may have a right or left, but more likely on your exam you will have concatenate and proper upper lower. And we've completed this assignment. So those of you that are joining us just to do practice for your MOS 200 exam, thank you for joining us. If you're a part of the Management 1400 class, go ahead and save your file, rename it by adding your last name, comma, first name, and then upload it for credit. Thank you very much.